Hey everybody, it's Samantha with, missing PNW Crimes Revisited, and I am with Kaylee today, and we're doing a video of the eyewitness account from Jim Kelley. We are going to be traveling down 8th Avenue, and let's talk about it. So Jim Kelley saw a truck come down this road at 3 p.m. the day Kyron Horman came up missing on June 4th, 2010. And he also saw a truck at 2 a.m. in the morning on June 5th, so later in the evening time of June 4th. As you can tell, it is a pretty potholed road. It's kind of far back in here. It's a dead-end road, and Jim Kelley said that not a lot of people ever drove down here, and as we're coming onto the road, there is no outlet signs to let you know that you're going to an area that's going to dead end. There are plenty of places to turn around before you actually get to this part of the road, but it was very crazy to just know that not only did a car come down here, because him and his neighbor both said that it's just not very often that you see somebody down here getting lost. So 2 times in one day was a pretty big deal. And you know, in the afternoon, if you get busy and stuff, you may not get that 3 p.m. time correct, but you're definitely gonna get that 2 a.m. in the morning time correct when you wake up in the middle of the night and you live in the middle of nowhere and a vehicle is parked outside your house and you wake up, oh my God, what the hell? Why is somebody parked out here at 2 a.m. in the morning? And the area right in front of us was searched more than one time for Kyron. It leads back to a creek. It leads back to maybe some railroad tracks, I think. Jim Kelley's house is right here off to the right-hand side. The neighbor, the woman, let her dogs off the leash at 2 a.m. in the morning because, you know, people were out here that shouldn't be out here, and the vehicle left. The crazy thing about this is that this is actually not even a minute, wouldn't you say? I mean, not even a minute, Kaylee, that, from Terry and Kane's property back in 2010. So yeah, for a car to be back here, 2 times in one day, just idling, doing absolutely nothing, is just kind of crazy. You know, when you come back in here and you hear about this eyewitness account and then you drive this road, you're really like, wow, there's so many different places they could turn around. You know,
right?
Would somebody really get lost here? So
yeah, that's kind of weird that it just dead ends right at the end back there. Almost like, yeah, somebody definitely intended to take this road and either didn't expect it to dead end all the way or did expect it to dead end, and they wanted to make it there. Like, yeah, this is bumpy and a lot of very tight. Like, you know, if somebody wanted to be coming home, one of us would have to back up because there's not even enough space for anybody to pass by. This is a 1-lane, very tight driveway.
And in 2010, a couple come down here in their Jeep, and they were talking about how overgrown it was, that the bushes were actually scratching their vehicle and stuff, and it is a lot more cleaned up now, but I mean, even the potholes are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know this video is going to be very bumpy, but it just to give you guys a perspective, you know, because Jim Kelley's eyewitness account was a legit account. The law enforcement thought, okay, this, you know, what he's telling us is very important. And the most important thing was, too, is that he said he saw a woman sitting in this truck. And we know maybe not Terry Horman, because at 2 a.m. in the morning, she may not have been able to escape law enforcement because they were staying at her house. But that doesn't mean Dede Spicer, her partner, couldn't have been down here in some kind of vehicle. And what's some more important things about this? It's just really crazy to know that a vehicle comes down here twice. It is the same day that Kyron comes up missing, and law enforcement thought it was a good idea to search this area for a couple of days straight. So I wanted to show everybody how close the 8th Avenue road is to Kyron Horman's house. This is 8th Avenue to the right. And it's literally not even a minute up the road. And I'm not saying Terry was driving that white truck down 8th Avenue. There's the sign right there for Sheltered Nook Road. Dede's brother did have a white truck. Did she borrow it? We don't know. Did MCSO look into that? We don't know. I am turning left onto Sheltered Nook Road. Kyron lived just right up this hill. I wish the person that was driving that white truck down 8th Avenue would have just came forward and told us why they were down there. And here is the driveway right there to the left to get to Kyron's house. Kane still lives up there. It is private property. But it didn't take me very long to get here. So we don't know if that white truck had anything to do with Kyron's disappearance or not. But it is very coincidental that it's so close to Kyron's house. And it happened on the same day that Kyron came up missing, and that truck was seen on 8th Avenue twice.
Terry's friend, Dede Spicer. You don't get Dede without Terry. In fact, they've had a personal relationship physically. As far as I'm aware, Dede was 2 miles from the school on Germantown Road, working at a property where she was landscaping for them. She was also missing during the same period of time that Terry was. The people on the property always have lunch together in their central location, and they were trying to locate her, and she was missing.
Okay.
And they tried calling her, and she didn't answer. Her phone was on the property. Her car was on the property, but Dede was nowhere to be found, and they looked everywhere. It's our understanding through information I've had turned over to me during searches that she was picked up by Terry from her job on that property. In the DA's office, they believed at the time that they could get her to flip on Terry. Several weeks later, they made an agreement with Dede Spicer for immunity. Here's the problem with that. As you're investigating, you're getting evidence, you're obtaining new information, new interviews, all the things, right? And now, today, what we can say is there's physical evidence that is involving her. From what I understand, Dede Spicer said Terry was using throwaway phones and had loaded it with minutes and was using that to communicate with people. They were able to acquire the phones. Dede took them where they dumped them. I don't know when the phones were dumped. They got access to them a couple of weeks after Kyron went missing. There's communication connected to photos that were stored on the phone that is the physical evidence in the case. It's all things that imply guilt. It's all things showing conceal and lie and deceit. And then she proceeds to plead the fifth. She doesn't want people to know what she is.